Hello, my friends. Had one of the most eye-opening moments today, direct download, that I wanted to share. So this is me having a Gnostic experience, or Gnosis experience, I guess, a direct realization. So I don't have any fancy bells or whistles or presentations. I just information and insight to share. So when you look at your human design, your body graph, you had what's called a mandala with it too. And that shows us the type of energy that we have. Like what mine looks like is it's all in spirit. And so like when I first read about my purpose, how do I fulfill my purpose? Is my purpose is through mutation. I mutate and either uplift or operate in the shadow. I either alchemize and transcend it, which, well, I always do that. But the amount of time or chaos that has to transpire before that happens depends about on the amount of resistance that's in it. Because what I do when I feel resistance, I look at it 1,000 different ways, a million different ways if I have to figure out where the resistance is. Whereas, and that's what I used to do. Whereas, if I'm just me and authentic, the clarity comes naturally like that. I just have to get out of my own way. And that's what it means to be a 1-3 profile. And that's the lower part of the trigram. The trigram is what is used to create our profiles. And if you're not familiar with a profile or what the working definition that we're using with that, it is simply just the coat that we wear. So this core essence has had many coats or many lifetimes. And in this current lifetime, the coat that I'm wearing, that you know as Mike, is just one in a long line of many. Um, and from a shamanic standpoint, that means that I am the culmination of my ancestors. And genetically, that is true. It's taken 144,000 ancestors to create me, to create all of us, roughly around that number. So, regardless of whatever the exact number is, I know people love a good debate. It doesn't matter. Just there's been a lot, and each one of them lives within our genes. That is where gene keys play a really vital role in helping you to up level and unlock your latent potential in your genes. See, I'm channeling right now. I'm doing it right now. The way that I know that I do this, I taught myself to use my hands so that I could be consciously observing it, which is really weird. Oh, but like, I am deeply honored that over 20 years of alchemical and inner work have paid off. So this is one of the amazing gifts that we get, and um, the trigram, we have the lower part, which is all about the self. So I'm very self-focused. Like I see the worth of what I've been doing, what's called the great work. I discovered this when I was about 17 and started doing it then. Like I just started a practice that was recommended in a book, and that led me to another and another and another and another. I followed the signs and the synchronicities. And in that, because I believed and had faith without seeing first, the gifts I had, or given, or woken up, are great. All gifts are great. And when I was first presented with the opportunity to choose the path that I wanted to walk, I chose the path of the first ones. Who taught the first teachers? Who taught the first mystics, the first shamans, the first, you know, the first holy people? Who were their teachers? And it turns out life was. And that is the exact way that I am designed in my profile as a 1-3 to move through life. So at such a young age, I became aware of something that would ultimately lead me to back to myself. That is my journey of remembrance. And the upper part of the profile is about collective sharing. So, example, I have a projector friend who has a 4-6 profile. So she is designed to share and to kind of, be out in that spotlight to share. I am too as well, but I get that from in a different way, my own unique way. That's really what human design is all about, guys. It's helping us to understand our uniqueness. And in that uniqueness lies all our strength, our authenticity, being real, being us. And as I do this, as I sit here and just be me without feeling like I have to perform, all of that juicy, fiery, mutative energy naturally goes out as a generator and it mutates the collective. And that goes to my defined heart and my defined spleen, which forms the channel of surrender, or the channel of a transmitter, gate 26 to 44. And in that, makes me the sacred salesperson. So, and I realized that I am very influential just by being me. I don't need any bells and whistles, don't need a fancy funnel, don't. The only thing I need is to be authentic. And if you're struggling, like I was, with your content, business, any area, I invite you to ask this question. Where are you not being authentic? Wherever you're not being authentic, I challenge you, invite you, guide you, reflect to you to be authentic to yourself. That is in my G center. I have a defined G center, which is all about love, identity, and direction. And I've always been fascinated with love. I have the heart of a poet. And in this, it's really interesting to see how love works, like the mechanics of it work in my life. And I have gate 10 defined in my G center. That gate is called the behavior of the self. So what that means that I discovered today, which is really cool, is that I need to be myself. I attract the right type of love, relationships, friendships, and experiences with other people in general by loving myself first. And as I do that, that's part of what makes me a leader. I hold the space or create the space that allows others to do it themselves. I make it easier for them. That is my gift that I give to the collective. Ease and simplicity, just by being me. That is pretty cool. My friends, I'm offering a 30-minute reading for $30 if anyone's interested. And I'm sorry if you can hear the TV in the background. My kids got friends spending the night over. And kids are just being kids. But if you'd like a 30-minute breakdown of your chart for $30, reach out to me. Let me know in the comments. Or head over to Facebook. You can find me at Michael Perr, Perr, facebook.com/Michael Perr. You send me a message there as well. And I hope that made sense. I know there was kind of a lot. And actually, I want to share this story too before I go. So I was breaking down a chart for a friend when I was looking at the past life, the connections between her and I. And I seen an interesting one back in Lemuria. She was a type of priest that had the vocal cords and tones of creation itself. When she expressed these tones, matter, or the Maya, spirit, energy, would take physical form. At the fall of Lemuria, she made a pact. She made a hard and probably terrible choice that has impacted her life for many lifetimes. She made that choice because something terrible happened to her that would have impacted her for multiple lifetimes. No blame, no judgment, simple observation. I was the one that protected her. And how that showed up in this life when her and I connected, some very deep wounds were triggered. She was a great mirror for me, and I for her. We have both helped each other level up very fast, very quickly. And one of the interesting things there is we both share the same profile. We're both 1-3s. And regardless of the intention, our intentions are our own. And as we explore our own experiment and our own uniqueness, how we create space and allow other people to do that. Because her and I both fundamentally share the same desire for freedom. And that is one of the themes in my life around love. The freedom to be me, instead of having to be fit into a box or mold myself in a certain way to fit in and be accepted by the person that I'm in a relationship with. Because eventually, my mutative energy will break the hell out of it. Not meaning to, that's just what mutation does when it's put in a cage. It becomes chaotic. And that chaotic energy affects every area of my life. So in order for me to have balance and harmony in my life, I need to feel that sense of freedom. So, very interesting. If you want a breakdown of your G Center and how you're designed to love, 30 minutes for $30, my friend. I hope that all made sense. There wasn't too much rambling. But in this lifetime now, I brought that experience forward. So when I was there, I felt the pain, the anger. I remember the look of betrayal on my own face. And that applies in this lifetime in different ways. From the essence, the energy that I felt and that I was able to observe. Now, in this lifetime, instead of letting that crumble me or crush me, it's so amazing to me because it doesn't matter. I'm able, once I became aware of that pattern, I'm able to let it go. Like that. And the moment that I did that, all the chaos that was in here went away and clarity came. All on its own, instantly. Just taking a moment to appreciate and hold space for myself. That feels very satisfying. So I hope that made sense, my friends. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more of this stuff, please interact with us. I have so many different ideas. What do you want to know? What do you want to learn? And as a generator, I need something to respond to. So my friends, if you could share with me what it is you would like to learn, I can teach you. I would be honored to. It's my purpose. It's what I love doing. So yeah, let me know how may I help you? Oh, I don't want to say help. How may I up-level you? From my heart to yours, as always, my friends, there's much love for us here. Have a great night. Bye.